microphone clips onto the collar. Anyway, hope everyone's well. Welcome back to Ollie's ASMR World. You join me just as I have started my... I did this the other day and I spilled the coffee everywhere. I lift the camera up with it. My second coffee of the morning. Bloody hell, it's a bit warm. That really burnt then, flipping egg. Anyways, I hope everyone's good. It's Monday, 17th, I think, of January. Flying by. Like, maybe it's just me, but this month is going so quick. Before we know it can be February. Anyway, today, I'm doing this a little bit earlier than I normally do in the week. Sometimes I leave it till like Wednesday or Thursday, especially if there's been a game on the Monday in the Premier League. And on top of that, I don't do these videos every week either. But I thought I'd do one today. A little football results update. Just a little look at the results of the weekend. Probably just in the Premier League. We'll see. We might have a look at some other results that we've had over the weekend in other leagues. And obviously it was a great weekend if you're a Villa fan, and an absolutely terrible weekend if you're a United fan. So I was recording a video for mine and my wife's other channel on Saturday evening. The game had already kicked off. By the time we finished, it was 1-0 United, coming up to the end of the first half. So I sat and watched the second half. Seeing us score a second goal, was really happy. I then put a little bet on. It was 1-0 to United, so I put the bet on. Then they scored a second goal. And I was like, yeah, okay, we're 2-0 up. Let's have a little bet here. Stuck a bit of money on Man United to go on and win the game. Or they might have actually been 2-0 when I backed them, I can't remember. Either way, I then watched Villa get one back. And then I had to go to the shop. There was like 13 minutes to go. I thought, well, surely we can see this game out with 2-1 up. Then Coutinho came on. Or just come on before I left the house. Come back. 2-2. Absolutely shocking. Coutinho came on before their first goal, sorry, but yeah, I saw the first goal, I was like, right, I'm out of here. And then it ended up being 2-2. So not a good weekend if you're a United fan at all. Like I said, great result for Villa, for Gerrard. I believe right now, if you give them the option, league results over cup results, they're going to take the league result, because the further you finish in the league, the better players you can attract, etc, etc. Because they could have got past United in the FA Cup and then lost in the next round. So league is more important in my opinion. A little side note, I have been having a couple of bets on the African Cup of Nations. And what the hell happened yesterday, I do not know. So I backed Ivory Coast to beat, who the hell are they against now? I can't remember, it's on the TV behind me, I can't tell who the country is. It wasn't Ethiopia, was it? It was hilarious anyway, let me see if I can find out. Bear with me. It was the funniest thing you've ever seen. I am not even joking. I am at more of a giggle, but this was hilarious. What the Ivory Coast keeper did. So, right. So, I'm watching it now. If you have not seen the goal, go and check it out. It's Ivory Coast against. Let me tell you, wait there. Sierra Leone. There we go. Now must have players. Some really good players in there. I think Koulibaly's in there, Sebastian Haller, one or two others. A really good side anyway. Let me see who scored their goal. 1 second. Come on, give us a break here. Okay, so sorry, I forgot. Nicolas Pepe, he actually scored Ivory Coast's other goal as well as Sebastian Haller. So decent team over the years. Obviously they've had Drogba in there and Solomon Kalou, etc, etc. But yesterday it was Ivory Coast. They had a 1-0 lead. I think it was 2-1 lead. Their keeper, so Sierra Leone, had an attack. I think it came off an Ivory Coast player. He was going out for a corner. The keeper thinks, I'm not letting it go out for a corner. Let's go out and catch it. He dives to his right to just catch the ball, to keep it in play, and to take control of the ball. The ball rolls underneath him, back into play. Like he catches it, but he squirms underneath his body, back into like the middle of his goal mouth. His defender misses clearing it, and it's a tap in for Sierra Leone. If he just let it go out for a corner, doesn't happen. If he'd been able to hold on to it, doesn't happen. If his defender clears it, which you do 9 times out of 10, 9 times out of 100, it doesn't happen. But none of these things happened, and it did happen, and it was 2-2. And it cost me a bet, which was very frustrating. Anyways, let's go back to the Premier League. Let's go to Friday night. We had Brighton at home against Crystal Palace. Now Brighton's next game is tomorrow against Chelsea. We had a opening goal for Conor Gallagher for Palace, and then equalised, which was no goal by Joachim Andersen for the Brighton's goal. I didn't actually expect a lot of goals in this game. I think I actually backed it for both teams to score on my bet, so that came through. But the thing I looked at is under maybe 3 goals, because you're never going to get a lot of goals between these two. They're quite bitter rivals, and I've heard in the past the story of why they're rivals, but I honestly can't remember what the hell it is. I think it's just to do with like they both. You've got to travel down the motorway to get from one to the other or something like that. It's not your typical derby, let's just say that much. On Saturday we had Chelsea at lunchtime taking on Man City away. Kevin De Bruyne with the winner. I watched the first half. It was that cold in our house on Saturday. I got up with a hangover because on Friday night we had my wife's dad round, and we started a darts tournament. Okay, throughout the year there are 4 of us in the house who play darts. Not to any good standard. We're all bang average. But between the 4 of us, we're going to offer the next year. So it started on Friday, it'll go through the next 12 months. We're going to have 1 night a month where we have some darts matches. And it's going to be like, between the 4 of us, we'll play 2 games a night, once a month. At the end of the year, there'll be a prize. So we all put £1 in each time we play. So it'll be about £48 by the end of the year. We'll divide it up as and when. So I had a few drinks. Oh, by the way, I won 2 games, and my wife's dad won 2 games. We will be playing each other next month. Me and my wife's dad. So with the 2 leaders in the tournament up against each other. Oh, that's good. That's so good. Right, so. And I put the heating on about 12 o'clock. I sat down in front of the radiator, which I never do, ever, which is the warmest place in the house. and I sat there for like an hour. I just watched the City Chelsea first half. I was bored stiff. By the end of the first half, I was like, yeah, this is crap. But see, won the game 1-0. Kevin De Bruyne with a really good goal. Chelsea, yeah, weren't really at it. And that was after making Tottenham look bang average a few days earlier in the Carabao Cup second leg, where Burnley-Leicester was called off. That probably helped Burnley out a bit, considering they just lost Chris Wood. It gives them a chance to maybe sign Andy Carroll. That's who they've been linked with. I mean, when your hopes are being put on Andy Carroll's shoulders and you're a Premier League team, you know you're in trouble. We had Newcastle against Watford. This finished 1-1. Now this cost me £95. I'm not joking you. I had a 5-fold bet. I can't remember the exact details of who else was on Middlesbrough, and they were losing and came back to win 2-1. So I had Middlesbrough to win. I had Mansfield, I think, to win or draw. They won. I had a couple of others. Mönchengladbach against Leverkusen. I think I had both teams to score, and I think the home team didn't score, so that also let me down. And I had Newcastle to win, and they were beating Watford, and then threw in an equaliser in the 88th minute. You couldn't make it up, really, could you? So Watford go to Newcastle and get a draw, which I did not see happening at all. But I think it just shows how bang average of a manager Eddie Howe is. That at home, in a relegation fight, you're 1-0 up and you can't keep a clean sheet against Watford. And he had the same issues with Bournemouth, in all fairness. They'd score a goal, then concede easy, awful goals. I honestly think if he keeps them up, he'll be gone by beginning of next season. I think he's just there to try and keep them up, and if they go down, he's an experienced championship manager to bring them back up. I think that's the way they're thinking. So I'll answer Sun Maximum for Newcastle, and I'm not sure who scored Watford's because it gives his full, I think it's Brazilian lad or Portuguese, it gives his full name without saying if it's Dennis or whoever the hell it might be. We had Norwich defeating Everton. Oh my god. Just when Rafa thought he couldn't get any worse at Everton. They go to Norwich and are 2 down in the first 20 minutes. I checked the scores and it was 25 minutes into the games on Saturday. I was 2-0 down. How the hell do you go 2-0 down away at Norwich? A team who've only scored 1 goal all season. And I think that was the beginning of the end. Well, actually, to be fair, the end was sort of seen long ago for Benitez and Everton. Pretty much when he was unveiled as their manager. Now they're being linked with Rooney and Lampard. Now I like what Rooney's doing. He's a former United legend. Well, he's a United legend, he's a former United player. I'm a United fan. If you told me Wayne Rooney could potentially be a United manager 2 years ago, I'd say don't be stupid. Wayne Rooney at United as their future manager, no chance. But I like what he's doing, and I can see that potential happening in 5 years plus time. Right now he's been linked with Everton. I don't think that's a move he should make. At the minute he's at a club that is back to the walls, or backs to the walls rather. A club that is in disarray at Derby. Every win they get, they're then deducted bloody points, it seems. They've just lost 2 of their better players in Graham Shinnie and Phil Jagielka. You know, they have been battered from pillar to post, and yet he still has that team beating Sheffield United at home 2-0 on the weekend. It's absolutely titles and probably the manager of the season in the Championship if you can keep Derby up. So yeah, in my opinion, Rouge should stick it out to the end of the season at least. But Everton went down 2-1. Michael Keane own goal. I just seen these goals on Match of the Day about 20 minutes ago. And Ida, the young lad, his first Premier League goal, I think that was. Everton got back with Richarlison, a ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous overhead kick. I was like, where the hell did that come from? Wolves beat Southampton. Now this nearly cost me a bet. I didn't put it on in the end, but I was convinced this would be under 3 goals, or at least under 4. Neither team score a lot, but end up 3-1 to Wolves. A Jimenez penalty, Connor Cody goal, and a Adama Traore in the 91st minute. That was after Ward-Prowse made it 2-1 with a free kick, which I've heard is brilliant, and I need to see. I'll be watching that in a bit. I'm thinking there are not enough really top quality free kick scorers in the Premier League anymore. Bruno is very good, but he doesn't do it anywhere near enough. Ronaldo, I don't think he scored a free kick in forever. He used to score all the time. Strange that one. Obviously Ward-Prowse probably up there with the best in the Premier League right now. But it used to be like most clubs had a really good free kick taker, and now you just don't get it. It's really strange. Lucadinha, he's just been on the TV behind me. He's got some decent ones for Everton in the past, but no, Ward-Prowse is one. When he gets one, you know there's at least a 50% chance he's going in the goal. Which you wouldn't say for a lot of free kick takers. Maybe they take 20 and one of them goes in. So there's like a 5% chance. But Ward-Prowse, I think if he takes 10, I reckon 4 are going to go in. So that's at least like 40% of his ball going in my opinion anyway. Villa United already covered that on Sunday, so yesterday. Liverpool beat Brentford 3-0. It didn't look like that was going to happen up until just before half time when Fabinho got a goal, then Oxlade-Chamberlain in the second half, and Minamino finished the game off for Liverpool. They won 3-0. Brentford, just one of them days, isn't it? I mean, you go away to Liverpool, it can happen. I have seen the goals. There was a defensive mix-up, I think, for the second goal. Sorry guys, a Brentford mistake. So yeah, anyway. But the shocker of the weekend, of all the games, yes, Everton losing to Norwich at least was shocking. Coutinho getting an assist and a goal on his debut was a bit of a surprise. But the absolute shocker of them all, of all the games, was West Ham 2, Leeds 3. What the hell happened here? So, Jack Harrison, who had only scored 3 goals all season, got himself a hat-trick away at West Ham yesterday. Jared Bowen did his usual, scoring again. That's 4 goals in 3 games for Jared Bowen. And Pablo Fornell's got West Ham's second goal. But a hat-trick for Harrison. A Leeds United win away from home. A 3-2 win away from home against West Ham. I was like, what the actual hell? I ain't gonna lie. I had West Ham to win and score 2 goals in this game. And I was confident. I was like, out of all the bets I could put on yesterday, that was the one. I was like, that's gonna happen. I backed that to happen, and Roma to win. Roma won. West Ham didn't win. I was like, no, there goes another bloody bet. Just goes to show how shocking my form can be at times. also have, who's the other game that's on tomorrow in the Premier League? Burnley-Watford. I fancy Burnley's chances in that, if only because they've had a weekend off. They didn't play the game against Leicester, did they? Whereas Watford played away at Newcastle, and yeah, they would have done their Conference Award, could get a point there. But I fancy Burnley to do Watford. Right, Premier League table, Man City 11 points clear of Liverpool. Liverpool for game in hand though. Everyone's saying the title's over. I don't know. If Liverpool win their game in hand, they'll only be 8 points behind. If City slip up against Liverpool, and maybe against United down the line or Tottenham or somebody, that's 6 points dropped. Liverpool have to win all their games basically to have a chance. I think Chelsea are out of it just on form alone. They're on 43 points. Then we have West Ham. I mean, yeah, they lost, but they're still in 4th place on 37. Arsenal, who have lost 7 games, are in 5th place. Tottenham are in 6th place, having lost 5 games. United have lost 6. They're in the 7th. Wolves have lost 7 and are in 8th place. I mean, look at that. Wolverhampton Wanderers, where I live, have won as many games as United. Flipping heck. Brighton are on 28 points in 9th place. Leicester, who have 2 games in hand over the 3 clubs above them, they're on 25 points. Tottenham, by the way, are 2 points behind. Well, Tottenham are 10 behind Chelsea, but have 4 games in hand. If Tottenham win all 4 games, they could leapfrog Chelsea. Palace are in 11th, Southampton 12th, Villa 13th, Brentford 14th, Leeds United in 15th, Everton 16th, 10 losses this season for Everton. But I don't think he's gone, hasn't he? Benitez has. They're actually at the training ground behind me now. But they've lost 10 games. United have lost 7. So is it really that bad at Everton? Really? Watford have lost 13, they're in 17th. Norwich are in 19th, sorry, 18th place. Fair play. I mean, everyone was saying Norwich are down. Hold on. They're not. I've actually said they are, but they're not. They are 1 point behind Watford. Watford are in 17th place. Newcastle are in 19th with 1 win all season. I mean, Norwich have 3 wins at least, with Newcastle on 1 win and Burnley on 1 win as well, but with 3 games in hand on Newcastle, 4 in hand over Norwich. Pick up a couple of wins, then Burnley can get right back up towards near where Everton are, but they've got to start tomorrow and beat Watford, because that would put them level on points with Watford, with 2 more games in hand over their relegation rivals. Anyway guys, let me know how your team did this weekend. Who do you support? Does it Premier League? Give me any league in the world. Let me know how did they get on. Take it easy. I'll see you all again very soon guys. Bye bye.